Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females need you just to trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me.
Hi, if you are seeing this, it means my book, Everything Was Here But You, is out now. This book touches on love, loss, grief, and the weird feeling that something is missing when you're building your beautiful, big, accomplished dream life. Check it out now. I'm sure you will find something in this book that you can relate to, and I hope it feels like a huge hug. You can get it now on Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. Mwah. Hi everyone, today I'm with a beautiful soul. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello. My name is Lauren Wall. On Instagram, my name is Lauren Lives. It used to be Lauren Lifts, so little physical to life experience switch up.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for doing what you do and literally you live what I stand for, taking care of yourself. And it's really so important. Like we just were saying before we hit record, a lot of people don't realize, we need breaths of fresh air on social media. Social media is so toxic. And yeah, you can go to the doctor, you can go hear it from any professional, take care of yourself, take care of your mind, body, whatever. And then you go on social media and you see all these people that make you want to alter the way your face looks or change the way your body looks. And then you see amazing people like you, not only from a professional standpoint, but from just a personal standpoint, sharing such beautiful messages about health, wellness, and happiness. And I'm just like, you are what we need more of because you don't make me think there's something wrong with me. I feel seen by you and seen by your content because I'm like, she's just like me. Like she's crying in her car. She's one of the girls. Like she's
Yeah.
probably getting a Starbucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're me.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. And that's the whole point, I think, right? Like I've been through all the phases. I started like my Instagram started as a fitness transformation page, obviously before the transformation, and it was actually started as a couples fitness Instagram
Oh,
with a guy that I am no longer with, and
lots
it
of awe.
quickly turned into my own fitness Instagram. And from there, I became, a certified coach, and I led hundreds of women through physical transformation. And then I decided to travel. And in my travels, I realized that there was a common thread through all of the women that I coached in fitness, that the main thing that would change was their mindset and how they felt about themselves. And so in my travels, I kind of started shifting over into the mindset side of things, completely shifted my business. And that's when I made the switch from Lauren Lifts to Lauren Lives. And just kind of went all in on life and what life is and what life feels like. And I mean, right now, I'm not even advertising for coaching. I kind of switched up my entire life last year and just trying to keep it real and, share the ups and downs and the ins and outs of what life is. And so I appreciate your kind words. And, I have no idea what I'm doing on social media. I'm just out here living and sharing
Does
the journey as I
anyone?
go.
Does anyone though? Does anyone? It's so funny, because I can relate to you in a little bit of a way. Like, I used to share recipes, and then I transitioned to just being my podcast, Instagram, this space for wellness and health. And then I created my personal to be my author brand as I popped up on Google, and all of it was getting more professional. And it's so funny when you do that, people will literally leave if they weren't aligned with you. And I'm like, this is
Mhm.
kind of healing, just watching the wrong people go away and unfollow and block and remove me. Like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna switch niches to something more serious and you're gonna literally step out. Cool, bye. Like the door's right there. I don't want you here anymore.
Yeah,
Crazy how that
yeah,
works, right? But it's like
it
it's a
really
huge
is.
transformation. It really is. And it's important because I always say if you're not growing, you're staying stuck, and nothing good comes from staying stuck.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, and it's interesting. I made a post about this a while ago, but what you said made me think about it is like we think of growing to be in one specific way. Like maybe when we picture growth, we picture like excelling in a career, or maybe we think about, you know, growing a family or moving and buying a house or whatever that looks like. And growth can happen in so many different ways. And I think a lot of us, like you said, social media can be so toxic and can show us that, hey, like in order to be successful, quote unquote, right, you have to grow in this way and your life should look like this. And I think that there's just so many different ways that growth can be looked at. And it's such a subjective thing. And most of us don't even take the time to actually think about what success and growth actually means to us. So I think as a collective, especially women, we're very hard on ourselves. And if we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, I think there's so much more credit that we can give ourselves and so much more love that we can receive from ourselves to be able to, even start that momentum or keep that momentum going and keep growing in the way that we want to.
And it's really cool when you find the right people on social media, like you said, because then you can inspire them to, if you're a coach, like you were like, and still are, but like an active, you can inspire them
Yeah.
to live a healthier life and make transformations that make them feel better. Or, you can inspire them to express themselves, maybe with some of my writing or whatever it might be. Like you can help so many people when you find your right group. I mean, I hate that people are like, social media is toxic, whatever. I'm like, babe, if you think it's toxic, that's the world we're living in right now. Like, go back to the 1900s. Like, it's going to keep expanding. You just have to approach it with boundaries, like you said. And it's just like, it's so important to like help each other grow and uplift each other and be kind. Like, we don't need nasty energy. Like, let's not.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest eye-opening things for me with social media is like, I don't have a huge following by any means, but I would consistently get messages after posting things that I kind of went back and forth in my head about like, like, should I post this? Is this actually going to help anybody? What's the point of this post? And I've had multiple business mentors as well for different businesses that I've had or that are like, oh, it has to be this way. It has to look this way. And sometimes just posting from the heart and having people message you being like, hey, like I really needed to hear that today, or you have no idea how much that inspired me. Like it is just such an important piece to think about. And yeah, like I don't know, I think a lot of us, like a lot of people that probably follow both of us can relate in just being a chronic overthinker and always like wanting to make sure that things are perfect and wanting to have that control. And so just kind of being there to show up in the messy middle and like show what that looks like, I think is so needed. And yeah, it's definitely uncomfortable at times, but glad to be that messy middle
I
person.
agree. I agree. I feel like this is just like two emotionally intelligent besties like chatting on FaceTime right now. But it's like, which is the best kind of podcast. I love that's my favorite kind to record. But I just like, I don't know. You're so right. And first of all, girl, like if you put all your followers, that's like a whole stadium. Like that is a huge following. Don't say
Facts.
that. That's a lot of people following you and looking up to you. But again, like that's the best part of social media. Like someone messaging you like, "Oh, this post like changed my day. I needed this." Because like you, I'll often overthink, why am I posting this? They're gonna think, dog. Is that a dog or a
It's
cat?
a
Oh
cat.
my God, oh my God. That's so me. That's
Right.
literally so me. Um, her cat just walked behind camera, guys. It was so funny. Um, I was like, oh, we have a friend. Our third co-host today. But it's like the best thing about social media is you don't want to post something. You're like, oh, I just posted, you're trying to be consistent, and then people get annoyed with that, whatever. And then someone comments, I needed this today. And you're like, okay, yeah, that's why. Because there's
Yeah.
only one person who needs what we have to share. And if we don't share it, we're almost being selfish because we're not putting it out there and someone needs it.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if you can relate to this too, but sometimes if I'm like feeling down bad, like I'll go back and stalk myself and read my own posts. And I'm like, damn, girl, like you really had a point there. Like you were
Right.
really going off. And I
Me
just
and my
kind of
5
inspire
comments, but that's
myself.
not the
Right,
point.
right. I'm like, oh, there she is. Like that's what I needed to hear. And so, yeah,
Literally.
I think it is like, it's just enough with the overthinking. Like, let's just do it and just keep posting real stuff and keep attracting real people. And you just live your life.
Exactly. And if you want to leave because of what I'm posting, I always say a broken mirror is not going to judge another broken mirror. It's going to judge a regular mirror because the regular mirror shows them where they need to work on and grow, and they're uncomfortable with that. So, of course, they're
Yeah.
going to remove themselves. And you know what? Bye. The
100%.
door's right there. No one wants
Yeah.
your weirdo,
It's
bad energy.
right. It's so interesting. And it becomes so clear too, because, the people who see that as a challenge or as that open door, maybe in the right direction, are able to take that information and truly change their life. And the other side of that, like you said, it's wide open for them to just walk right out. And I think it's all in due time, right? And it's all on our own timing. And if people are ready to face things that they're facing, then that's great. And if they're not, then maybe now's not the time. And I'm trying to do a better job myself of just kind of recognizing like if it's not their time, it's not their time, and that's okay.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with me. And that's just a reminder that I keep telling myself. And at the end of the day, we can't please everybody, right? We're just here for our own life.
It's true. And it's so easy to look inward, like, was it me? Did I do something wrong? Am I ugly? This, that, and whatever, like all these
Right.
reasons. But it's like, no, it's not me, it's them. And you know what? That's okay. We can't read people's minds. Wish them well on their journey that they're on. And You go on yours.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, so was there a moment in your life where you realized you needed to start choosing yourself more intentionally?
Oh my gosh, literally every day. I feel like there's been so many moments like that. Um, oh man. I I mean, I can go back to like the earliest one I can think of probably, but I mean, I've been through a lot in my life, and the first like hardship I think that I could really speak on when I was in high school, or I guess after graduation, I had had a total of 3 knee surgeries. I was playing basketball at the time, and it was so easy for me. My dad was my basketball coach for a really long time. And so it was very much my way of getting closer to him. And, I worked my ass off all the time. I would be out on the courts at nights, on the weekends, all of the things. And I was working my body very, very hard. And something did not align to where, 3 knee surgeries in probably a total of 4 years, not very fun. Um, but I just kept going. It was very much, like I said, a way to get closer to my dad. And when my dad passed away, that was a big turning point for me of like, okay, I don't know if this was something that I was doing for me or if this was something that I was doing for him. But it really caused me to take a big step back and just kind of see my life for what it was and as a whole and take a different decision. I ended up, transferring schools and joining a sorority and doing 17 million different things that I don't know if that was the right decision or not, but yeah, it was a move, a step in the right direction, I would say, for figuring out my life and living my own life.
Well, and you know what? Like I always say, everything we've been through leads us to where we are now. And like, yeah, some of it's messy and shitty. And I know you probably don't want to have like 4 knee surgeries and go through all that physical, mental, and emotional pain and like do things just to please, your dad or like other people in your life. But you know what? Like that all taught you something. And I think that's really beautiful because it's a double-edged sword and it sucks and it's crappy, but it's like if I haven't gone through what I went through, I don't think I would be this mature, wise, emotionally intelligent, empathetic. Like, I had all those traits, but I feel like
Mhm.
it really helps shape you into like this final wrapped up in a bow person that you can be for yourself and for other people. And I'm like, I wouldn't trade that for the world, even though some of this experience caused me trauma. I had to like down pack in therapy, but
Yeah,
okay.
100%,
Right?
100%. It's so easy to, I mean, and you can see all the different sides of that too, right? Like it's so easy to be like, woe is me, where's my pity, blah, blah, blah. And you can use it to keep yourself stuck, or you can use it to move yourself forward. And at the end of the day, it's a choice and it's a continuous choice. And sometimes you choose the one that's going to move you, and sometimes you choose the one that's going to keep you stuck. And then when you're ready, you choose the one that moves you again, and that's life.
Literally, that is life. Like, it's literally like, what's that game? The game of life. Like, that's so real. Like, we all played that as kids and thought it was fun, but it's literally how it all works.
Yeah.
Every choice is like a domino effect, which is kind of scary, but really beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, we always end up where we're meant to be.
Exactly. Your skin is great, by the way. I don't
Oh
know
my
what
gosh,
you're doing. I'm like
thanks.
looking at you, you're glowing. I'm like, what the heck?
I'm sitting in front of a window, so I'm like, maybe that's it. I literally all I use is tallow. I'm actually breaking out so bad. I'm on my period currently, but like the glow, it does look very glowy. I don't really know. I'm not gonna
Period.
not gonna
It's just
question
your
it.
natural beauty. I mean, come on, you're a queen either way. So, do you
Thank
ever
you,
feel
thank you.
pressure to appear like you have everything together to talk about wellness and health and what you preach?
100%, 100%. I found myself even coming onto this podcast, like gonna be so real. Like I had such a shitty day, like mentally, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get rid of this energy so I can come on this podcast and like, be that girl who shows up and has that positive perspective. And being a past fitness coach also, there was so much pressure to show up as the girl who looked fit, the girl who had
Right.
the perfect routine. And again, like that's just not life. Like I do thrive when I have routine, which is why I'll plug myself. I started a Sunday reset group,
Ooh,
free group for women. Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's literally a 30-minute call on Zoom, completely free for anyone who wants to come and just have a little reset for the week. I noticed that that was something that I needed. My roommate and I were having a conversation about it, and we just decided to make it public. So, um, anyway, yeah, I do thrive when I'm on routine and when I have more things scheduled out. But yeah, I think there's a lot of internal pressure that we put on ourselves just and I can say personally that I put on myself just to compare to the rest of people on social media. But when you come back to yourself and when you come back to that slowness and when you really look inward, it's like all I can show up as is myself. And the more I show up as myself, the more the people that need to hear from me are going to hear from me. So,
Literally, it's more aligned. And it's
yeah,
like, what you just had with you and your roommate, like that's the most beautiful thing. Like it's a conversation between two real people who oftentimes I feel like the best business ideas are what do I need that's not out there? And then you just
exactly.
created something. So for anyone listening who wants to go hop on that, definitely give her a follow. I'll drop everything below as well. And you can reach out to her. She's literally a ray of sunshine. Like people, I feel like people are scared to DM each other these days. And like I was
It's
DMing
so
her, be like,
true.
hey, gorgeous girl. I'm like, okay, I love her. What the hell? I want to be like best friends and get coffee with her every week. Like I felt so like I was like, oh, she's nice. She's a nice girly. Like I was like, want to come on my
Yeah.
podcast? And you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, she's not being mean. Thank God.
That
Like
is the
you never
craziest thing to
know.
me. It's so true. And I feel like there's a lot of people who are like different on social media than they are in person. And like different on their posts than they are in the DMs and like people who will just ignore people and I'm just like, bro, what? Like we're all just here like living life. We're all just on a floating rock trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Like I don't know. I love podcasts. I love yapping. I love anything. Like I'm a big people person. So please slide in the DMs anytime.
And you're a queen. Like we're besties now. I'm gonna come, drink coffee with you. I don't even care how far you
Absolutely.
are. You know what I
Please.
mean? Like,
I think I'm actually only like 2 hours from you.
oh, what? Where?
Yeah.
What? Where are you?
Fort Myers.
I'm in Fort Lauderdale area. So
Okay, maybe 3 hours then. But yeah, not too far.
okay, it was meant to be.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna cry. Like that's so aligned. Um, but no, it's so true. Like just be kind to everyone. You literally never know what someone's going through. And social media, I don't know, like I've met so many amazing friends off social media and off of doing what I do. But again, it's a double-edged sword because you never know what you're gonna get. So it's like if you're DMing someone, this is your reminder. Be kind, be nice. And then if you're replying to someone's DM, just be nice. Even if it's not aligned, politely decline or whatever, just be kind because that will stick with them and give them DM trauma.
So true. So true.
Um, how do you know when you're outgrowing a version of yourself? I feel like this is so relatable.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Honestly, I feel like it comes up in different ways as you outgrow the previous version. I think depending on, your level of awareness, there are certain habits that maybe you've picked up that maybe don't feel like they're being productive anymore. There are certain, feelings of joy that you got from things in the past that maybe you don't get that same feeling of joy anymore. Maybe you find yourself reaching for or thinking about how much better life could be than it is right now. I think when you have an idea that's put on your heart and when you have a feeling that's put on your heart that maybe you're not experiencing consistently, I see that as an open door and as an opportunity. And I think a lot of times having those pop into our mind can easily make us think about how shitty life is that we don't have that. And again, getting stuck in that feeling. But that's where the choice comes in. And so I think, when you've got feelings or ideas or things that are consistently on your heart, that's how you know there's more out there for you. And if that feeling is continuous for you, and if that idea is continuous for you, it is literally God, source, universe, whoever your higher power is dropping it into your heart, saying, hey, this is for you. All you have to do is follow it.
Literally, like I had the idea for years to write a book. I finally did it, and it's just the most aligned thing that I've ever done. And I'm going to keep doing it because it's my purpose. And I just think that's so true. Like it's true in so many different ways. Like if you can't get that idea or thought off your heart for a reason, it's meant to be there. Like I love that quote so much. But I want to ask you, I feel like fear stops us in so many different ways and it can really prevent you from living your dream life. And to kind of tie it back to your coaching and maybe even throw a fitness angle in there, what
Yeah.
stops clients, I guess is what we call them, right? From
Mhm.
overcoming their fears and issues and stuff with health and wellness and
Yeah.
preventing them to get their goals. And how can we, tie that into real life as well?
Absolutely. That's such a good question. And I feel like it can be applied to any single aspect of life, any single fear that comes up. Um, a lot of times people feel the fear or they see the fear and they run away from it. And so all that fear is going to do is follow them around and continue to show up. And there are so many different quotes about this, but when I was doing my life alignment coaching, I came up with this metaphor and this don't know what the word is, comparison, I guess, for people to think about fear in this way. And so I feel like this may be helpful for any of the listeners. But when we have a flashlight, right, and we're looking for something, if there's a bug flying around and it is in the shadow, it looks fucking huge. It
Mhm.
is the biggest thing that we could ever see. And that's a scary thing, right? Maybe it looks like a dragon, maybe it looks like a monster, whatever it is fucking huge. And what are we doing? We're putting the flashlight away from it, looking for something else. And so that shadow keeps getting bigger. And so if instead of moving that shadow away, we turn and we put the flashlight on the bug, what do we see?
The big, huge bug.
Or the little tiny bug, right? That it is
Whatever, yeah, whatever we want.
whatever it
I feel like it's such
actually
a
is.
perception, right?
It is perception for sure. But if we're putting the light directly on this bug that looked super huge, we're seeing this tiny bug for exactly what it is. And then we can easily be like, oh, it's literally just a bug and we can move on with our life, right? Or we
Yeah.
can politely escort it outside the
And it's
door,
like
or
the
we can
spotlight on it. It's like, oh, cool.
exactly. Exactly. So
That's what I was
fear in
looking for.
general, with whatever it is that we're talking about, whether it's, let's relate it to a fitness goal specifically. We're afraid that we might put in all this work and not get the results that we want, right? And so instead we just kind of look the other way and we don't actually do it. And so if we put that flashlight directly on that goal, all it's doing is giving us the ability to figure out exactly what we need to reach that goal. And if we do what we think we need, or what our coach says, or whatever path we decide to go on with that goal, and we don't get the results that we want, we're one step closer to getting the results that we want because we know one thing that does not work. Um, and I talked about this with my roommate the other day as well. It is so important to realize that the only way you fail is if you give up in any sort of situation. So the fear itself, if it's stopping you, it's only because you're not looking at it. So look at the fear, get to know the fear a little bit, recognize that it's not that scary. It's just trying to keep you safe. And being safe and being optimal are two very, very different things.
And how, like everything you just said, I want on a t-shirt. It's gonna be a very, very long t-shirt, but you know what? It's fine. Or like a blanket. I need that. You should work on that. So like mental health merch. I'm down to like buy. I need to send you or give you because we need to meet up now for coffee. Remember,
Please.
so we can cry in our car together with
Yes.
coffee.
Yeah.
I have a merch shirt that literally says probably overthinking, and you need it.
I do need it.
But
Oh,
we'll
I would
bring it
wear it
on.
every day.
Yeah, literally. I'm gonna have to give you one. Um,
Cool.
but it's just it's everything you said again is so true. And I feel like fear stops people from relationships. We have avoidant attachment people. Oh my God, you're making me feel things. I'm scared. Bye bye bye, gotta run. And then guess what? They're gonna get into the same sort of situation again. You're right. Like
Absolutely.
unless you cut it off and face it, it's gonna keep showing up. If you don't want to lose weight, you're gonna find a doctor who's gonna tell you you need to lose weight, and then you're gonna go to another one who's gonna say the same thing, and it's
Yeah.
gonna keep showing up. Like everything haunts us until we face it. And I just think it's like, what the hell are you so scared of? It's gonna go wrong. Okay. You said you tried, you did your
Yeah.
best, you put
Yeah.
in the work. I think what's more embarrassing is not trying and then being 85 and being like, yeah, so I wanted to date this guy, but I was scared. Or like, oh, I wanted to do this, but I was scared. I wanted to start a business, I was scared. Like that's embarrassing than
Yeah.
failing. You know what I mean? What?
And I do, yeah. And I really think embarrassment as a whole, like obviously it's so easy to feel embarrassed and to feel feelings about like comparison to other people. But truthfully, like embarrassment is a social construct. And I'll tie it back into like what I said in the very beginning of when you just take the stillness and you kind of revert back into your internal state and who you are, embarrassment doesn't matter because it really does not matter what anybody else thinks of you. It's, in my opinion, when you're 85, can you look back onto your life and say, I'm so glad that I tried that. I'm so glad that I learned that, right? Like, I'm so glad that I put myself out there to meet those people and learn those lessons because now the person that I am is so proud of every single version of me that I've been before.
No, it's true. Like at the end of the day, you're only here to impress you. And I don't know about you, I'm gonna have to like replay this when I'm like worrying about what people think
Yeah.
about me later on. So I'd be like, we literally said in this episode, Rylan, you're a fraud. What are you talking about? Um,
Literally.
but it's just like you only have to impress you. And if I think I'm great and amazing and inspire people, if someone doesn't think that, okay, bye bye. Like they're not meant for me. Like you knowing you did the best you can, you showed up the best way you can. Like that's what 85-year-old you will be proud of. So
Yeah.
absolute bars. You should write
Yeah.
a book. Let's co-author.
Oh my gosh, I would love to write a book. It's definitely on my list for the future. I think there's just so many topics that I would write about that I just don't know I don't know where I would start yet, but we'll get around to it.
Yeah, we will. Exactly. Like you're
Yeah.
already doing amazing, like already. So we'll just pop in your head, you know?
Amazing. Thank you.
Of course, proud of you. You have my support now. Like we're locked in.
My heart, my heart.
So, do you have any tips, I guess, on like reconnecting with yourself? Because I feel like, again, like back to the fear thing, or maybe you're in something that's not aligned, a relationship, you're leaving something. And again, when you transition, you tend to lose yourself. Like you kind of shared with your journey of posting different content or whatever. Like if you're leaving a job, relationship, whatever, you're probably like,
Mhm.
who the hell am I now? Like, who am I without this person? Who am I without this job? Do you have any tips on like reconnecting with yourself and like really figuring out who you are, some soul searching? Like, what are your tips there? I feel like you're just a wise girly. Like we all
Yeah.
want you back on the pod now.
Oh, so sweet, first of all. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do this, right? And I think the most powerful that I've found truly is stillness. And I think that tying it back into the fear, a lot of us are not even consciously, we're subconsciously afraid of sitting in stillness because we don't know what feelings are going to come up. We don't know what realizations we're going to have. And if you're somebody who's never sat in stillness, and the modern, I don't even know if this is modern, which just the term that we have for this is meditation, right? Of just getting quiet and closing your eyes and just breathing. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know how to meditate. And if that's you, there's a post on my page pretty far back that says steal my tips for meditation. So if you want it, message me and I'll send it to you. But yeah, stillness as a whole, all it is really listening to ourselves, listening to our body, listening to our higher power, whoever that is, whatever that is. And a lot of times that will give you the answers that you're looking for. Whether there's something specific that's on your heart or you're just feeling lost, when we sit with that stillness, we gosh, and it shows up different every single time. You might get the exact answer that you're looking for, or you might get a feeling, or you might get an invitation, an open door, right? Like we were talking about. You might get a closed door. But a lot of times, what I find without fail is when you sit in that stillness and you sit with yourself, it brings you one step closer. It might not get you all the way there. It might not help you figure out, okay, this is who I am after not knowing, during this transition period, but it gives you the next step, and that's really all that we need. And it's that mixed with having some sort of faith, right? Some connection to your higher power, whatever that is, that's going to allow you to keep moving forward.
And that's like everything because I feel like once you figure that out, you're good. Like one of my friends called me out the other day. She's like, "You're so highly intelligent. You just don't listen to your intuition and your body." And
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, she's right. Like, why are you calling me out? But like,
Yeah.
it's true because we tend to have the answers, whether we listen from the higher power, ourselves, our gut. We just are avoiding them for whatever reason, and we need to listen to that more.
Yeah, well, it's hard, right? Have you heard
It
the quote? It's like we make plans and God laughs or something like
Yeah.
that. And it's so true, right? Like especially coming from overthinkers like us, right?
Yeah,
The people
really.
who want the control. It's like we grasp so hard because we're trying to protect ourselves from something, whether that has, started in childhood or, wherever that came from. We think that if we have control, then we're okay. But it was never our plan to begin with. It was never our path. It was set out already. I had a quote that I used to live by that was like the path is already written. And it's actually I haven't thought about that in so long, but it's so true. You always end up where you're meant to be. You always get the lessons that you're meant to learn. It just depends. You get to choose how long it takes for you to learn them.
No, it's so beyond true. Like at the end of the day, we're all going to go through things that end up being lessons and we have to learn them the hard way. And if we don't, then they're going to, again, hit us in the face until we learn them. But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is beautiful to learn things and take them with you and just being able to be like, I don't know, able to give advice to other people because you've been through it.
Yeah, that's the purpose, right? It's like we all want purpose, but it comes through lived in experience. It comes through just kind of surrendering and allowing yourself to go through whatever you need to go through because there are other people out there who are feeling like they're never going to get to the other side or that they're never going to figure it out. And when you have gone through that, you have the ability to inspire other people to just keep going.
Literally. So, what I love about you is you're talking about building the biggest, most beautiful life that you want, right? Like, that's your whole thing. To do so, oh my God, you're gonna love this question. What the heck do you have to get rid of out of your life?
Oh my gosh.
This
Oh my gosh.
this is scary because I feel like I'm
Yeah,
like
this is
calling us both out because
it's so hard, right? It's so hard. Gosh, everything, literally everything that's not aligned, to be honest. And I think that it's so easy to say that. It's not as easy to do it, of course. I'll say for myself in my most recent switch up, in my most recent, energetic shift, because I went through a huge one. I was down bad for like a month and a half. I entered into a new relationship and I completely lost myself, just like we were talking about, a few minutes
Robot
ago.
slang, and then here we are.
So easy to get away from that and that. But no, genuinely, it's you really have to take a good long look at yourself in the mirror and you have to say, okay, which parts of me right now, which habits of mine am I continuing that are not aligned. And for me, it was the overthinking. It was the, thinking about doing something and not doing it. It was the pity parties that I was throwing myself. It was the getting caught in those negative loops. And so, mindset is huge. And I think it's different for everybody what you actually have to get rid of and what that process looks like. But just like I said earlier, when you sit in that stillness and you allow yourself to actually tune in, tap in to see what it is that you're moving towards, that'll make it so evidently clear what you need to leave behind.
Well, and it's hard because it's like you have these friends that you claim your best friends, and then you're in a toxic friendship, and you're like, I'm never gonna find anyone like them. Like, yeah, you are when you leave them. Like,
Yeah.
we all want this big life, but we don't want to leave the things holding us back. And I always say, like, if someone's not wearing the same shoes as you, they're not going to the same place. You can't take them with you. Like, as much as you want to, as much as you
Mhm.
want something to last forever, some people are just permanent people, like not permanent people, or some people are permanent people, but not everyone can be a permanent person. They're maybe temporary or just for the season, and it's like really sad and heartbreaking, but you're right. Like, you can't want a big life and preach a big, healed, beautiful life when you're keeping toxic, unhealed energy in your life.
It's so true. It's so true. And like you said, it's way easier said than done. Like, and it does happen on your own timeline. I'm a big believer in signs and just realizing that like the higher power will push those things out regardless. And so, if you maybe recognize that you have a friendship or a relationship or a work like career, whatever it is that maybe isn't aligned and is feeling kind of toxic for you and you're not ready to let go of that, that's okay. I would say, keep mental notes of it, but also recognize that one way or another, if it's not aligned, it's gonna see it itself out. And so how that happens, may be different. It really depends. That's when you have the opportunity to really tune into your intuition and make that decision rather than that decision being made for you. But eventually it will be made regardless.
Literally. And like, I don't know, what do you think? Because again, you're just a big sister and we all love you. If you guys don't love her, you do now because you listened to that episode. Sorry, not sorry. And you better follow her, or else I will come nicely always in your DMs. Like, why didn't you follow my girl? Anyways, um, because I don't have a mean bone in my body, but that's not the point. What makes a good friend?
Oh my gosh, what makes a good friend? That's such a good question. I think in this season of my life too, and I opened up on social media about this, but I'm happy to go into it a little bit here as well. In this season of my life, anxiety has come up stronger than it ever has. And I shared this, but I never pictured myself as an anxious person. I was always kind of chill, going with the flow, like just, yeah, whatever, like vibes. Um, I have had such incredible people there for me, just there to hold space, just there to listen, just there to remind me who I am, to be honest. And I'm not one for surface level connections. It just doesn't work for me. And so my really, really great friends that I'm so thankful to have in my corner have been there to listen, to, ask for clarification, to understand, to comfort, and really to just remind me who I am and remind me of my power when sometimes that doesn't feel like it's all there for me.
I agree. And if you don't have those people, it's better to wait than to go find random people who can't meet your depth. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
what always really upsets me. Like, people, I have a friend, she's like, I want a boyfriend. I'm like, you could go find a homeless guy on the street to be your boyfriend. What kind of boyfriend do you want? It's more
Yeah.
beautiful to hold the space for someone more aligned. Just like with a friend, it's more beautiful to be alone and to hold the space knowing like what you want and having standards, and go find some random girl who's toxic and parties all day and you can't have a heart to heart, you know? Like, you got to find
Yeah.
something that aligns with your values. And you're right. Like, having five really good friends is what I always say. You have to have five people that are there for you, and maybe sometimes less than five. But if you
Mhm.
have, four or five, three good friends, you're lucky, you're good. Like, you don't need random people to just be your friend, to be your friend, you know?
Yeah, and we can bring that into like law of attraction too, is like, you attract what you are. And so if you're somebody who maybe is looking for more depthful conversations or an aligned relationship, take a look at how you're treating yourself and how much space you're holding for yourself and all the things that you wish a friend or a partner would do for you. Are you actually doing that for yourself? And that's something that I have to check myself with almost daily. And say, okay, am I showing up the way that I want to be treated? And if I'm not, then I can't really be upset that I don't have that on the outside.
It's so true because when it knocks on your door, you're gonna be like, that's not, you're not even know what it looks like.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I have so much work to go do on myself once we
That's the beauty, right? So much work that you get to do, not that you have to do.
lucky me, lucky me. You're right. You're right. And it's like it's really cool to like see your growth too. Like, I used to be scared of blocking people, but now I'm like block, go away. Like you're not aligning with my energy. And that's what's beautiful. Knowing your worth to the point where it's like you're not valuing me, you're not seeing me. You can go and I'm gonna go heal and live my life.
Yeah, yeah. And that just opens the space, right? They say that the more you let go of, the more you have room to receive.
Literally. Okay, I'm gonna kind of ask you some like fun questions now. So you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm
We're like
ready.
done being emotionally intelligent, guys, we promise. What does your ideal slow morning look like for you?
Ooh, ideal slow morning. Um, Probably pretty aligned with what my morning routine looks like right now, which is very proud of myself for that answer. But ideal slow morning is getting out of bed right before the sunrise. Definitely oil pulling. If you don't know what oil pulling is, look it up. Oil pulling is huge.
I need to
Um,
I'm getting out now.
yeah, literally put it in your Google search. No, it's literally just putting coconut oil in your mouth and it gets rid of all of the bacteria. You keep it in there for like 10 to 20 minutes. Yeah, big oil pull girl.
Yeah.
But oil pulling in the morning, while I've got the oil in my mouth, I'm making my bed, I'm, getting ready for the day, obviously brushing my teeth, and throwing on a quick outfit, walking with the sunrise, with warm lemon water, very big for me. And doing a little bit of movement in the morning, coming back and getting ready for the day is really, really big for me. So that's my mornings. Typically, I love journaling, I love reading, but that's really a nighttime thing for me right now. It just kind of depends on what season of life I'm in.
I agree. And I think like it's good to have like something grounding to start your day with because I don't know, I
Mm,
honestly believe like the way you start your day sets the tone for it. And if it's chaotic
absolutely.
and crazy, guess what kind of day you're gonna have?
Yep, yep, every
I need to do
time.
some oil pulling though. Like I'm gonna look that up now. That sounds
Yeah.
cool. Sounds healing. What the hell?
It really like I don't know how to explain it, but you just feel like when I started doing it, I was like, I feel like I was never clean before. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've reached a new level. So
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out, and I feel like it will taste good because coconut we love.
well, it's kind of gross because the consistency of it in your mouth for that long, like it takes a little bit of getting used to. So,
I got.
do with that what you will.
I'm brave.
Yeah.
What's a little habit that makes you feel like yourself always?
Ooh, probably dancing in the mirror to some random song. Like, I feel like if we can get into our body and out of our mind, it just kind of grounds, at
That's
least for me.
real. That's literally so real. That's so real because like I'll dance and people will be like, "You're crazy." It's so grounding and like you just
Yeah,
feel so with yourself.
absolutely.
Truly. What is your current comfort routine when you're having a bad day? Like, what do you do?
Gosh.
Cry in your car. Real.
Yeah, literally. No, I feel like I really try to just sit with myself and figure out like whatever version of me who's feeling this needs. So if I'm having a bad day, like I'm such a logical person and sometimes it gets annoying, but I'm like, oh, I want to know why I'm having a bad day. Because it's the worst when you're having a bad day and you just like don't understand why. I will literally sit down, hold myself, and ask myself what I need in that moment. And, sometimes I get answers and sometimes I don't. And there are times, maybe that means, I need to make a meal and watch a movie on the couch. Maybe that means I need to just cry for an hour. Maybe it means, I need to go on a run and get some energy out, shake it out, dance, right? Do something like that. Um, yeah, right now I'm trying to just be okay with being and feeling into that rather than always distracting and having to do something. It's like, where can I get that intention and understand what it is that I actually need so that the doing makes sense and is actually helping me?
No, exactly. And it's like, again, whatever works for the individual. Like, health is individualized. Like, we're not going to gaslight people and be like, yeah, do all this. Like, it's going to heal us. Like, whatever works for you, take what you want. But it's so healing to just try new things always.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I love this one so much. I feel like you're going to laugh. I don't know. What is the piece of advice that younger you needed that you avoided, but you learned the hard way and that you want to go back and like scream at yourself with?
Oh gosh. Um, I think just the idea that you're unique and that's what makes you special. Um, for me, this is like this is so funny, but I used to, so I have curly hair, like very, very curly everywhere. It's huge
Jealous.
most of the time. It's so funny, right? People like love it or hate it. And if you have straight hair, you want curly. If you want curly, you want straight. So I grew up straightening my hair from the time I was like, I don't know, maybe middle school, straightening my hair every single day, like hours and hours and hours. It took so long. And I was in class one time. I can remember this vividly. I want to say I was like junior in high school. I was in class, and the one day I just did not have time to straighten my hair. There was a kid behind me, and he was like, "Oh, Lauren brought out the dreads today." And I freaked out. I was just so worried about the fact that I looked so different from everybody else because I was straightening my hair to look the same. And when I went traveling, it was just so evident like how different people are. And depending on, where you're from, what you look like everybody is so unique internally, externally, all of the things. And that makes you special. It makes you different. And that makes you exactly who you are. So it was not a fun thing to experience at the time, but I can look back at it and I can laugh about it because now I wear my hair literally looking like a fro 90% of the time, and it just makes me me. It makes me different. It makes me who I am.
Exactly. And a lot of people are like, oh, I want to like be someone else, but it's like there's only one of you, and that's so freaking cool to just realize, like, what the hell?
Yeah. And if you get to know yourself more, you'll probably like her more too.
Exactly. And it's like kind of cool to like be compassionate, be like, I've been through all this and I'm still a great person. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly.
What is something you romanticize every day?
Ooh. Matcha. Oh my God. I literally love matcha so much. I am convinced that my roommate and I have figured out the best matcha recipe. And we've tried it with like multiple different types of matcha, different types of milk, different types of sweeteners and stuff. And like for some reason, anytime we go get a matcha out, which we still will because it's more fun to do that and to go work from somewhere, we just have like the best time and it makes the day like 20 times better.
No, exactly. It's the little moments and knowing you can do it with someone you love and appreciate as well. It's like the
Yeah,
best. Because
exactly.
like what's better? Good drink and good company.
Right.
I
That's
haven't been
it.
able to get into matcha. Don't slap me, actually.
No, I mean, listen, it's not for everybody, but I really think it has to do with how you sweeten it and like what you put in it.
I've never like found one I liked. I feel like it's because of where I'm going. Like Starbucks, I didn't like their matcha.
Yeah, not
And
good.
then this like coffee shop called Crema, I didn't like their matcha either.
Okay, haven't tried it. I will say I'm a big fan of like flavored matcha. So if you get like a raspberry syrup or something like that, like it really just depends. It's
I'll
all
try
the sweet
it
stuff.
just for you
Yeah.
again
Yeah.
properly. And I'll let you know. I'll be like tagging you. You'll be like, oh, she did it.
Please.
It's so funny. Okay, my last kind of section. This is like my favorite. It's like a little rapid, quick fire. Your favorite current workout or movement?
Ooh, I'm really into Pilates right now, which is like so funny. It's the opposite of me for so long, but yeah, like mat Pilates and reformer Pilates, just like really loving.
I love that. No, and like it's so good for you. People sleep on Pilates. They're like, oh, it's a girly workout. No, that crap is hard.
Yeah, it really makes you connect with your body, and I think that's why I like it so much.
Really, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Go-to comfort meal.
Ooh. Honestly, breakfast. I like love breakfast so much. Like eggs, avocado toast, turkey bacon, basic, but so good.
Dream mix. Literally, what more
So
can you ask
good.
for?
Right.
Okay. Book, podcast, or creator that's inspiring you lately.
Ooh. I am reading a book right now. So I have a friend he was in one of my old mentorships. His name is Brady Hudgens. He released a book probably about 2 months ago. It's called oh gosh, I hope I don't butcher it. I believe it's called The God Within. And I'm almost done with it. It's probably the quickest I've gone through a book, but really, really good to just like kind of like what we were talking about. Like it's real, it is truth, it is just like vulnerable and open. And it's just really helping me move deeper into myself.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the fact that you know someone that wrote it, like that's pretty cool to like say.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is your favorite way to unwind at night?
Um, I love a hot tea, like a ginger tea. I've got a red light, so putting the red light on and just reading my book, getting ready for bed.
Love that. And then what's one thing that's bringing you joy lately?
Mm. Um, oh my gosh. Well, I'm gonna have to make it two only because they're related. So I plugged Own It, the Sunday resets that we just started last week. So that is definitely bringing me joy. And we also are in the process of starting a permanent jewelry business. So just the creativity and the ability to like pour my love and my excitement into those things that are building community and just helping bring people together is bringing me so much joy lately.
No, and like that's the best. That reminds you why you do what you do. And I feel like that is what we need. Again, with the toxicity of social media we started at before this episode, like, and even when we're recording, it's like you need to be reminded why you're on this app that people keep bashing and calling horrible.
Yeah, yeah. It's literally just the reminder that like you are you and that's enough and that's everything all at the same time.
No, exactly. All right, last question before we wrap this up. What
Yeah.
does taking care of yourself look like in this season of your life?
Ooh. Um, Slowing down enough to listen.
That I love that. Again, where can we find your Instagram?
Yeah, so my Instagram is at underscore Lauren Lives. That's LAUREN LIVES underscore. So underscore before and underscore after. Please feel free to follow, message me if you have any questions, and I would love to connect.
She's the best. Why are you literally the best? Like, how are you so pretty, so intelligent, the sweetest human, sunshine in a
Oh
person?
my gosh, hyping me up so
And
much. So much
no,
love
my
for you,
job.
girl.
Literally my job. So much love for you. Can't wait to cry in my car with you. That's
Literally,
no
counting
one
down.
realizes, literally, no one realizes how healing that is,
So
especially if
good.
you're in the front of your house and it's raining. Like that's
Oh man, like dream. Play some Taylor Swift at the same time. Like, hello?
literally like that's
Yeah.
perfect. Like you're just sobbing about whatever you're overthinking about, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But overthinking just means you care. That's what's cute about it.
It's true. It's true. I think there's a line that we just have to we all learn eventually, right? It's like where is it? Sometimes we follow it and
Hopefully,
sometimes we don't, and that's okay.
still trying to learn it, but that's
Yeah.
all right.
We all are. Always. It changes all the time.
Literally. Thank you for being you. Let's take a quick selfie before we end so I can tag
Okay. Beautiful.
you. I love your hair. I'm jealous now. I want to try and curl my hair.
Thank you.
Got it. Thank you again. This is so
Yay.
fun.
Thank you. This
And
was amazing.
see you on the DMs of Instagram where I'm gonna
Yes,
you kind of
girl.
early because that's how I am.
That's how you are. We love it. We love to see it.
Bye. Have a great rest of your evening.
Bye. You too.
Bye.